So this is our composting system here, and it all starts with something everyone has is yard waste, green waste. Whether it's you that's doing the cutting and the mowing and the clipping and the pruning and weeding, or your gardener or someone else, we all end up with this. And a lot of us now, we put it in the green waste bin and it goes away. And that is a great thing because it can turn into the mulch. But you can also keep that. You paid for the water and the fertilizers and the soil and even the gardener to create a plant that grew. It grew so well that you had to cut it back. So there's another thing you can do is keep this on site. You might want to have a system that's a little smaller if you don't have a big area and keep it more gainly. And take the green waste, and if you mix the green material, the actual plant matter that looks green, it's like still fresh, and mix it with drier stuff, which in composting language you say the brown material, and about 3 or 4 parts of brown material to 1 part green. Add a little soil, add water, and make a pile that's at least 3 by 3 by 3 feet, a 3-foot cube, and that's your compost pile. You've made a compost pile. And this is a small one that we started. This is actually a few weeks old, and it has to be at least that size for the interior to be protected, and for the microbes on the plant leaves that are already there. They're native, they're everywhere, but they're also in the soil that you add to your compost pile. Those start to chew and break down all that organic matter, and that all their little chomping jaws, they don't really have jaws, but it starts to heat up. Friction is caused. Any metabolic activity causes heat, and that heat starts to further decompose the organic matter and cause more reproduction in the fungi and the microbes, and so you start getting all of this green waste breaking down. And so if you started with your 3 by 3 by 3 pile, and you kept it moist, in our climate here you'd want to keep it moist by covering it or sprinkling it with water every couple of days. In another climate, say the Midwest, you'd want to cover it to keep the rain from saturating it. So you want, this is an aerobic system. You want aerobic bacteria to be growing in there, and fungi. You don't want it to get so saturated that it gets stinky and starts to rot and goes anaerobic. But after about a week, then you need to turn it. You need to mix it all up, and that just gets all the bacteria and the fungi and the organic matter that hasn't gotten eaten kind of mixed up, so it can get more exposure to each other and more decomposition happening. And then this is about the same stage, actually, it's just a bigger one. But after about 4 to 6 weeks, you'll start to get complete decomposition, where you won't see any more sticks and leaves, but everything's broken down, and it starts to become what you call compost. Really good soil, and also full of really good critters, like the microbes and other things. And it's ready to put back out in your garden. And it's concentrated nutrients, lots of living things. It's not hot anymore. You'll know, part of the reason you'll know it's done is it's not hot. It gets hot for a while, and the heat is really good because it encourages and causes all that decomposition. It also kills the weed seeds and pathogens too. So what you end up at the end is something that looks like this over here. We keep ours covered. This is the really good stuff. And it's pretty much fully broken down, nice, loamy, rich compost. You don't really see too many insects or anything anymore, not too many chunks of leaves or sticks, but it's ready to go right back in your garden. And this is great stuff. You know, we pay for that in bags, and it's easy to make. And if you find it laborious to turn it, you can find your own ways to kind of be a little bit lazier about it. Even just a pile of green waste and yard clippings that are kind of left a little wet will decompose on their own to a pretty good extent. We've made piles out here with the students and just forgot about them for a couple of months. We come out here and they're about 60% decomposed. You know, they'll do that also on their own. So you can do it, you know, really well, or you can do it halfway, and it's still going to give you some retaining all those nutrients that you can use back on your property.